following up on social medias right now because with Instagram, I had to start completely over and get a brand new page. So, but that night, I did end up going to the studio and recording.
All right, y'all. We are tuned in for another episode of Bank That Radio Show. I'm your host, and I have here this Friday evening. It's actually Halloween at the time of this recording, but I have via Zoom Jania J, who
Yeah.
recently did a overlooked and underrated. Found video so over it through was it Bart Law's Facebook page. So Jania, welcome to the platform.
Thank you, thank you. I do have a question on how you found me on Bart's Facebook page. Was
Okay.
it a video or what was it? Did I comment on something?
I'm so over it, and you can't blame me. This the way it's gonna be. Don't wanna hear it, frankly. So over it. I know I played my role to maintain a happy home. Now it's time to go. I'm so over it. Can't let it pass me, baby. My name you said attracted, baby. And when it's all said and done, you let me think I'm the one. I'm so over it, and you can't blame me. This the way it's gonna be. Don't wanna
How did you
Oh
find
no,
me?
I think it was no, it was actually that particular video. So I went over to YouTube. So when I do like the overlook and underrated, I started shooting my second season with that. I like to
Oh
go to the
yeah.
artist YouTube page. So
Right.
that
Okay, right.
yeah, when I one, it's easy to screen record, but then two, I like to just direct the people to the actual artist page. So that way y'all can get y'all's brand and artistry out there, and people will be directly linked to you as opposed to via somebody else's page. Someone
Right.
else's page is cool, but at the end of the day, I've been doing this a long time, like as far as the music industry stuff since 2005. So
Oh yeah,
I've
that's pretty
always,
cool.
yeah, I've always been an advocate for independent artists and just pointing people in their direction because y'all need all the exposure and resources and everything, thrown your way so people
Yeah.
can see what y'all doing and, participate in, getting y'all's career to the next level.
So are you in
Mhm.
Macon? Like, are you local with us?
I used to be in Macon.
Oh,
So yeah,
I like that.
yeah, I used to be in Macon. I was in Macon years, decades. I recently moved up to the Metro Atlanta area about a year and a half ago. Was it June of 2024? So I've
Yeah,
been up
that's where
here
I'm
ever
gonna be
since.
at next year.
You-
Hopefully, I'll be packed up and gone by this time next year, all the way settled in
Okay, so
Atlanta.
since we're talking about it, how has the Macon community been to you as far as like support and stuff like that?
Support sucks, but my face is everywhere. I can say that much. My networking is like crazy good. I'm
Hmm.
such a socialite anyway. So, really and truly, everybody knows me. If they don't know me, they know of me or have heard or seen me, whatever the case may be. But they have not heard my music though. It's like, oh, yeah, that girl. Oh, I seen her, da da da. I seen her here. But you haven't heard my music though.
So,
Why?
what are you known for then, as far as like in the area?
I mean, technically, I've been modeling, I've done videos, really and
Mm-hmm.
truly, and I've directed videos. I don't know, I've got my hands in some of everything. We're just now starting a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't say it's one particular thing, but I
Mm-hmm.
can say that music for sure. When I go into a club, I know two or three specific DJs. Every time they see my face, they're gonna play my song. So, and they're playing it constantly when I'm not there. I appreciate that. I love that. I'm
That's
not
what's
gonna lie
up.
because yeah, I need to be in the loop. I'm trying my best, to get myself out there. With me being so shy, so it's already a lot on my plate. Cause I
So
don't really
okay,
like to be.
okay.
I
So
really don't,
explain
but
explain that then. How can you be an artist and sing, and you actually have a good voice, right? I've listened to a lot of artists over the years and stuff like that, and singers as well. And you have a voice that would stand out, and a voice that actually carry to where you actually can sing. So how is it that you're not like pushing your talent?
Okay, I'm trying to basically make sure I'm a perfectionist. So I'm not going to drop anything that I don't really feel too confident about. That's for one. I
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of things that are in the vault right now, but they're features. So I'm waiting on my team to get it correct and the other artists that I collab with. You
Mm-hmm.
get your time together and this and that. When it comes to me working on my own things, I have a team that works for me that get a little bit behind the curve sometimes, but we all got our own lives. So, I would never place a blame on them at all. I just
Mm-hmm.
sit back and I wait my turn. Really, that's really what's going on.
Well, I would say one thing about being a perfectionist, I understand what you're saying, but
Yeah,
perfection gets in the way of progress.
that's true. That's
And
true.
I've
That's
always
real.
advocate for because nothing will ever be perfected, right?
Right,
One, there's no such thing as that because we're all human, so we're all flawed from the get go. We're not a
right,
computer. We're not, autonomous. We're not robots or nothing like that. So you just have to get it to the point to where you're comfortable with it, and then you just have to release it. Because in this day and age, I've seen where the music industry has changed, and it's more about people. One, they won't consume like they used to or at the rate where they used to sit on stuff.
right.
People
Yeah. And
they
try to wait for the
consume
perfect time to drop it. They're just dropping it, dropping it. They don't care
uh-huh.
if it sucks or not. They're just wanting, I don't know, I guess the views.
Yeah, and then the other thing about that, like, while you're waiting on putting out the finished product, behind the scenes stuff is killing it. I'm like, that gets more views than everything.
It does. It
And
does.
there's so much content that you can create with it.
Yes,
So,
and I've been stepping out of my little shell because it really started off with like modeling, but then I was like, hey y'all, I do music too. And they're like, oh yeah. So it got incorporated into the loop, and that's how it really just started. But I can say thus far,
mm-hmm,
because I've been in making for 2 years now, right?
mm-hmm,
So ever since that I've been here, last year when I moved, well, the year before that,
mm-hmm,
my first song, So Over It, it made it on the radio, which was
mm-hmm.
it was a local radio station, but I just thought that was so cool because I come from Albany. And I've been staying in Albany for
Okay.
like 8 years. Yeah. So they originally I made that song in Albany. That
Mm-hmm,
GFG song, all that was made in Albany, Georgia. I definitely have to shout them out, but I never pushed my music. I never really did anything. I did one performance for the very first time in my life at a little country bar,
mm-hmm,
and that's when I just started doing music. So after I moved to Macon, when I did that performance, I
mm-hmm,
ended up mingling with some of the very right people, righteous people that
mm-hmm,
I needed to be with. And basically, they were like, oh, yeah, you're dope. You need to start doing this. You need to start coming around, come to the studio, do this, do that. And
mm-hmm.
eventually I just got in the loop.
Hey y'all, it's your boy Andreas, Make That Radio Show podcast host and content creator. If you've been loving this interview and you would like to be interviewed on the platform, click on the link below, fill out the form, and I'll get in contact with you. If you are wanting to start a podcast or even learn how to monetize your podcast, which you can in a variety of ways, click on the link below. We'll set up a discovery call. I'll get in contact with you. And remember, happy podcasting.
I nominated for a 478 Music Award for a Female Singer of the Year,
Mm-hmm.
which that's really major to me because I started off with singing in the shower. Like everybody got to understand, I'm just a shy girl. I really am, but I'm social, so I do what I can. I really do.
Yeah. So, okay. So, like, what kind of map have you mapped out now? Now that you're taking it serious, now that you're doing things to put yourself in, the direction that you want to go, what have you mapped out to where you and your team can go and be like, all right, we're going to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G?
I don't think I've gotten that far. I might be in like a little pending, little gray area right there. Because,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I've got the team. Yeah, they're great. I've got everybody that could do specifically this or that or whatever the case may be. But it's just hard getting everybody on the same page at the same time on the same day. See, we just recently did a project for
Mm-hmm.
Loyalty Over Blood. That music
Mm-hmm.
video is like the theme song for the whole movie. Well, I mean, for the whole series, one of the
Mm-hmm.
songs. Anyways, we did it based off of like dead presidents.
Yeah.
Me having my hands all up and through, I end up having a lead role in the music video, which was also pretty cool. I did everybody's face makeup. I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like that came together very swiftly. This
Mm-hmm.
was also last minute.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, this spur of the moment. We just all collectively came together on this day and was like, "Hey, yeah, we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna execute." But I don't know, when it comes down, it happens like that for all of us. I mean, I've got
Yeah.
Re-Up, you got Snow, you got Bullet, you
Yeah.
got Holy Shad, you got Pacific. That's really my team members that do the most work. Angel Hood, that's
Mm-hmm.
who I really like. That's my backbone, my actual, support strong system. So
Mm-hmm.
really and truly, we all have our time to shine. It's kind of like on the rotation.
Yeah,
I
no, I definitely get
have-
that. And I'm glad that you was able to participate in that. I actually, I
yeah.
was talking with Centrell the other day.
Yeah, he's
Um,
such a good videographer. I
hmm
love him.
Let
I
me tell
love
you,
him.
fun fact.
What?
I was the first one to ever hire Centrell. Yeah,
Wow.
he'll tell you.
That's too
We have a really
real.
good relationship. I actually got a call Lock Dog and schedule an interview with him too.
Yes.
Um,
See, we were
it,
all out there just this past weekend. We were doing a casting call, well, a casting experience.
hmm
Basically for this new movie called The Cool, the Bad, the Ugly, and it's written
hmm
by Rhea and Shannon. So yes,
Yeah,
we're
Real,
doing
he's
that.
been
We
doing
got
this
our
thing
hands
for
on that.
a good little minute as well. Lots of
Yeah.
great videos and stuff, music that he's been doing. So yeah, so I'm glad
Yes.
that you're surrounded around people who've been doing it for a good little minute. That way, you know how far you can go, and you can go and eclipse beyond that as well.
Right.
So, what are some things that you've learned thus far about, like, what I'm saying, the business of music that you necessarily didn't know?
That it is a business and strictly that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've learned. It is quite literally a business and nothing else. It's nothing else. It's a simple, yeah, we've got our heartfelt, we've got our touchy, we've got our emotions drawn in the music. And sometimes we might, I don't know, go off on a limb and listen to this, listen to that, do this over here, think about that. But it's still a transaction. It's a sale. That's
Mm-hmm.
what it is.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
literally, it's like who can I get to listen to it, or who can I get to support me with it? Who can I get to push it? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a sale.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. So as far as, like, collaborations, you sent me some songs, stuff like that, and I was listening to them. That first song that you sent me, with the feature, with Big Cream, and shout out to him. Like, I know his manager, Jaylene. That's actually my protege.
Mhm.
Um, how did that come about? And as an artist, how do you determine who you want to collaborate with? Because sometimes the styles might not match.
You're exactly right. So that is such a good question. I feel like, well, first let me start by answering how it came about. I was in the studio. Now, mind you, this has had to be around last year. I was still new, like coming around.
Mm-hmm.
Kareem was really cool. He was really sweet to me. Like he never, made me feel uncomfortable or anything. He was just very welcoming. And I was just like, he's really good. He must see what I see in him and me. Like I didn't know. You see what I'm saying? So we got in the studio one night and I was just actually, he said, just play me something that you haven't finished. Like tell me something that you haven't finished. And I was like, I got something. I really do. I got something, but I gotta record it. It hasn't been
Mm-hmm.
recorded yet. And so I ended up recording it that night, and he did it. He wouldn't finish his part, and we had somebody else do a feature on there. And I just was like, yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty dope. It came together really, really well. I didn't really actually expect to collab with him on that, but I knew for a fact it was
Mm-hmm.
gonna be good, So
Yeah. So,
yeah,
have you
that just
actually
kind
put
of
that song out, like, commercially, for
no, it has
promotion?
not
Oh,
dropped
okay. So you
yet.
sent me something that you
No.
haven't dropped. Oh, appreciate that.
Yep, yep. That one's in the vault. That one is one of the ones that I have not yet released. Of course, we've been doing little
Mm-hmm.
snippets and clips towards it just so that people can have it stuck in their heads. Because by the time that it does drop, it needs to
Mm-hmm.
be nothing but a hit, nothing less than a hit. So
Okay.
that's how I operate with my music.
That's what's up. I love that. I love the fact that you actually talk about a hit and everything. Because Ray Daniels, I don't
Yeah,
know if you know
hit
who that
records.
is.
We don't make
Yeah,
songs. We produce hit records. It's the
exactly.
difference. So yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So, I'm gonna play "So Over It" again for the folks who didn't get
That's
to catch it
everybody's
on the
favorite.
first time. Exactly. And I want you to, like, talk about this particular song. So, how did it come about? How did you? Because I saw where you did a performance for it, and then you also shot a video for it as well. So, how did
Yeah.
the song come about? And give us some background with it.
Well, when I lived in Albany,
Hmm
it was by far. I can't say one of the worst experiences of my life, but I tell you what, it
Mm-hmm.
made me grow up in a 8 year time frame from graduating high school,
Mm-hmm.
getting my own jobs, trying to make sure I'm making ends meet. I end up getting my own apartment, got my own car. I had it going on. End up
Mm-hmm.
getting in a relationship that was very detrimental to everything. I even started my own jewelry business for
Mm.
God's sake. I did.
Mm-hmm.
Detrimental to anything good that I was, doing or having going on. But when it came to music, it was like music was that one thing that nobody could touch. Like nobody could take that from me. Nobody could do what I do when it comes to music. So I was heartbroken one night, really going through the worst of the worst with this girl that I was dating. And it was just one of those nights where I was just like, man, if I don't write, I'm just gonna die from a broken heart. Like I gotta, I gotta say something. I'm serious. So I end up sitting in the car that night, and I self medicate. I'm in the car. It's about
Mm-hmm.
3 a.m. I keep replaying the song, and I just end up hearing. I'm just like, you know what? Because I really am. I am so over this shit. Like I am over it, and I
Mm-hmm.
meant that. Like, and I also thought to myself, I'm like, yeah. People could relate, especially the girls. And I end up letting my homeboy hear it. He's a rapper, by the way. His name is Dejan. Really good.
Mm-hmm.
He goes by GDB Low. I let him hear it, and he was like, "We're going to the studio. We're going right now." And I said, "No." I backed out. I said,
Mm-hmm.
"No, we're not." I got so scared. I said, "I literally just confided in you to let you hear this. How dare you try to, make me go to the studio and record it right now? I can't do
Mm-hmm.
that." What's so crazy is,
Finish your story. It sounds like
but
a
we're having a
fascinating
Halloween
story.
party right now. She's probably wondering what I'm doing. But anyways, yeah. So I backed out. I did not go to the studio that night. I did end up going to the studio and recording something else that I actually wrote. And so they were all looking at me like, he was looking at me like, you didn't, this not what you was supposed to be in here doing. So what you doing? And then I said something. I did my very first song. It's called Closer.
Mm-hmm.
Did that song, and that's a really, really sad type of spiritual song. And they were just looking at me and straight, oh, they were like, you could sing, like you could really sing. I've never
Mm-hmm.
heard anybody actually come in here and do this a cappella like that in one take. And when I tell you, I did it in one take, but it took everything in me because I was frightened. I was
Mm-hmm.
so scared. But I promise you, I felt like the biggest relief. It felt like I waited all my life to do that in that
Mm-hmm.
moment. I just, I kind of rolled with the punches. And when I got to making, they picked up so over it and they just ran with it. After that radio, it was content,
Mm-hmm.
content, content, and nothing but
Yeah.
content from that point forward.
What station was it? Was it 107.1? I mean, was it 92? Oh, with
92.3.
DJ Blackjack? Was he the
Come
one who did it?
on.
Yeah, me and Blackjack go back too. Um, I'm glad that you was pushed though, because as artists,
Yeah.
y'all have to get pushed. You know,
Yeah.
you have to
And
get
with
put
me
out of your
being so
comfort zone.
yeah, I have a thing about like stage fright. I do because I make really soft and sensual
Mm-hmm.
music at times, and when it comes to me performing at clubs, it's very
Mm-hmm.
different because I'm coming in and changing everybody's vibe just
Mm-hmm.
like that, and
Yeah.
it can either go really really good
Mm-hmm.
or really bad. So
Yeah, or you can start doing different type of settings. I know a lot of different singers up here, and they don't actually do the club scene. They do different type of events where
like yeah,
private get-togethers, stuff that calls for that type of feel and vibe. So, sometimes the club isn't always the best for, when you're
right.
singing that type of music. Because everybody, let's get turned up and things of that nature, whatever.
That's exactly how I feel. Like when I went to perform that mic drop in Atlanta
Mm-hmm.
for So Over It, everybody did a rap song, and it was
Mm-hmm.
all steal 'em, kill 'em, rob 'em, grab 'em, get 'em.
Mm-hmm.
Until I got up there, and everything changed. It was just like I was singing. I had to sing
Mm-hmm.
for real. So I was just like, oh God. But they liked it. They loved it. So I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, okay. That was one of those nights where I wasn't feeling awkward about my talent.
Yeah. So as a singer, what singers did you look up to coming up and, wanting to emulate?
Aaliyah, Whitney Houston, some of her faves, Tamar Braxton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Tony Braxton, of course, Keisha Cole. Got
Mm-hmm.
a oh my goodness. What a Smokey Robinson. We go back
Mm-hmm.
to Motown. We love them. I love the Isley Brothers. That's one of my
Mm-hmm.
favorites. And this is just me, Timbaland. This is just me thinking, oh, I could do that, or oh,
Mm-hmm.
I could recreate that.
Yeah.
Those types of things. and it really
So
hits different for me too.
do you do covers then? Like, will you go out and perform cover songs?
I will. I have not though. That's I feel like it's gonna be my next project. I have been working on my Valentine's Day EP, but
Mhm.
that is something that I've been trying to make sure that I do at least have a few covers so that when I do go out, I can just perform that instead of,
Hmm.
some of these songs that I'm tired of hearing myself.
Yeah, I definitely get that. And also, put a new spin on stuff too. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I think singers have the best career possibilities because there's no age limit to singing. There's an age
Right.
limit to rapping, which it shouldn't be in my opinion, but there is. But for singing, there's no age limit. And you can do stuff 40, 50, 60 years as long as you can go out there and perform and sing stuff and appeal to whatever your base is, then you forever will have something to be able to offer. So
Literally
I like to get in the thick of things when it comes to like the music business side.
into the thick of it.
So, uh, uh, so let's see here. Your PRO, your performance right organization. Who are you with? ASCAP, BMI, or CSEC?
I think I was doing an ASCAP the other day, but I'm not sure that I completed it, so I definitely need to double check that. And that's another thing. I haven't actually 100% copyrighted. I
Mm-hmm.
had somebody that was doing that for me, but I have not checked back in with them either. So I gotta,
You can search your copyrights online.
yeah, I need to. That's what I was saying. I gotta
Yeah, you
tap
go to
into
the
those
U.S. Copyright
things.
Office, you go to the little search bar where it has like, copyrights and stuff, and then you can type in your name and see if it's been submitted and filed and, properly registered to you.
Right.
So, what made you want to choose ASCAP? Because I've talked to a lot of artists, like I'm ASCAP because I wrote and all that stuff back in the day.
That's just
Um,
what they've been recommending. So whenever
hmm
whenever my OGs speak, I listen. I listen. They recommend that. That wasn't the only one that was recommended. I don't really remember what the other one was called, but it was both of those two, ASCAP and that other one,
hmm
that got brought up multiple times. So I'm like, okay, that's
hmm
it's obvious it's apparent. So let's just go ahead. You
Well, there's
know.
only three of them there in the United States. There's ASCAP, BMI, and then CSEC.
BMI. That's
BMI,
it. I
I've
didn't want to say
talked to a
it
lot of
wrong, but I
people
didn't
with
remember for real.
BMI. The difference between ASCAP and BMI is the board of directors as far as like who sits on it. BMI is more corporate. ASCAP is more active music publishers and songwriters and stuff that make up the board.
Oh yeah,
CSAC, I've
yeah.
only met a couple people who's in making that actually belong to CSAC. CSAC is the third one. It's smaller. They do the same thing, but CSAC you have to get approved. So when
Mm.
you submit your music and stuff like that, it's not just paying the fee and you have a IPI number and member number and all that stuff. They actually have to approve you. So that's the difference between those three. Um, so going into it feels like you're building up momentum. Going into 2026, what do you want to accomplish like for 2026? What's like some big things and some smaller things you want to accomplish?
We gotta first. I personally am trying to get my following up on social medias right now because with Instagram I had to start completely over and get a brand new page, which is fine. I don't mind it. It's coming together, but it's not. I'm very impatient, so I don't really like a waiting period ever.
Mhm,
But anyways, with that being said, I'm trying to do more content. I hope to have more content so that when they come to my page, it's never boring. Like it's never a
mhm,
reason for you to just be like, okay, that's enough. It just keeps
mhm,
going on and on and on. You're just basically entertained. You're watching movies, you're watching different sceneries, you're watching singing, you're watching behind the scenes, you're watching this, you're watching that. I want it all going on. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for putting my content out there. I'm hoping to have it go viral at least once or twice throughout the year. And I'm
mhm,
hoping this time to go further than a 478 awards. Because to me, I mean, we all, in my heart, we all won. I didn't win, but I got
mhm,
nominated, and that's major because I don't even
mhm.
like to put my music out there for real. So that's just number one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole point about it is I just want to be, I don't know, way better than I am right now. Even with the radio songs, like I want the whole world to hear it on the radio. As soon as you cut it on, it's almost like a Glorilla song. Like you tired of hearing it,
Mhm.
you're sick of hearing it. That's what I want.
So are you shooting for like a major label
I don't want to
signage or
sign.
co-sign or oh well you're
Let
gonna do
me
it all
tell
by
you,
yourself.
yeah, I was gonna say, let me tell you how big my hopes and dreams are for myself because I know it's
Uh
gonna be true one day. I hope to run or have someone run it for me. I should have enough money that I don't even have to be there. But
mhm,
I hope to basically have my own label to where we have our own artists. And when I say flowing in like water,
Mm-hmm.
it's never running dry. Never
Mm-hmm.
running dry. We got so much money because we got so many artists and because they're all doing so good and because we've all cracked the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I hope to have, later on down the line, some one of these good days.
I'm like, it could be accomplished, but I would say from what I've witnessed, experienced and stuff, you have to remember that other artists, not all artists work the same.
No, they don't. But that's the point. I want everyone to be comfortable enough to be overly confident in their craft. Like you're just,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's beyond. Oh, I think. No, for sure. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So yeah,
That's what's up. So I'm gonna let you go because I know you gotta, what I'm saying, do your Halloween party and stuff like that. But let people know how can they get in contact with you on social media since you want to build your following and stuff, and also
yes.
where they need to go to check out your music.
Well, you guys can go to YouTube to check out my music. I don't care to push my music on the socials. It's really cool to do that and put it in their face and all, but I prefer like for it to go viral where it counts. Like I want YouTube, I want global, I want the whole world to see, I want international. And follow me on everything. It doesn't matter what site, Lemonade, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, wherever. Type in Janya J, Janya J. That's all you got to do. It's gonna pop right up. You're gonna see me.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time, man. Thank you for doing the interview. Y'all make sure y'all go check out Janiyah J. As I said, she's a dope singer. She really does have a voice. So y'all need to go to support, and y'all can always support the platform on the various social media handles as well. Make that radio show. I'm your host
Yes.
Andres, and this has been an interview with Janiyah J.
Thank you.